So good morning, my name is Jill, and we're in our tiny little morning window on a rare day where the wind isn't blowing furiously. So before we launch into what we're talking about today, which is mental, emotional, and spiritual fortitude, continuing with our Earth Catastrophe Countdown, I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to see you on the other side. So first, I just wanted to say thank you to the few people who have traveled over to 18 Crossroad and actually listened to the long form of these ideas in the audio podcast, because I had some epiphanies this week in terms of communicating this information, and you've heard me express discontent with this process, and one of the things that I just had this light bulb moment for is that we're trying to replace understanding with an explanation versus the actual experience. And study after study shows that people learn best by doing, right? People can explain all day long. Watching YouTube videos showing you how to do things, awesome way to learn how to do things, has helped me fix numerous things around here. But the reality is we don't really have a deep and profound understanding until we have the experience. And that's really the cement, the glue that brings it into focus. And we see that over and over, right? People get super judgmental, and then something happens to them that they were judgmental about, and all of a sudden they have a change of heart. And so, as I get that, I realize, again, that this is a visual platform. I am not in a position where I have been able to put together the videos the way I want them to, so I don't want to stop the series, so we're still doing the talking head, but the real discussion is going to be over at 18 Crossroad on a blog page in audio form. You'll see that link below. But in talking about this idea of mental, emotional, and spiritual fortitude, I love the word fortitude. It talks about strength of mind and courage, but it's really that sense of strength. And what's new in today's world is there's a fluid agileness to that. And what blocks that ability to develop a strong emotional, mental, and spiritual state of mind, state of being, is a rigid belief system. And everything about our social media and stuff right now is people wanting to dig themselves into their hole and defend what their beliefs are, right? Listen to me, I'm right. And that isn't how understanding comes about. We learn and then we experience, and we learn and then we experience, and that's the cycle that really moves life forward. And one of the comments that's come up repeatedly is, well, why should I care about the end of the world? I can't even deal with my existing life today. And this is where, we sort of miss the point. We become very reactionary, is that we train for the storm in the calm. But more importantly, and this is, why I've been creating all this off website content, is because it's the same skill set that gives us physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual fortitude. That same skill set, not only does it help you deal with your everyday stress right now, but it also creates your highest quality of life. And the truth is none of us know what the future's going to hold, what the future's going to bring. All I know is if you can't deal with the everyday stresses, the bigger stresses are going to become monumental. And one of the reasons I've resisted so much of this is because in my experience, what I've learned is that life has never gotten easier. In many ways, it's gotten harder. It's asked more of me, and that is counterintuitive to what we're told, right? We'll go out and we'll, do therapy, or we'll read a book, or we'll buy a product, and life will get better and it will get easier, and we'll manifest a magical experience. We'll pray and everything will be perfect. I'll just pretend like the environment and the atmosphere and the sun and people will all magically transform, and my personal experience in the world will have zero problems. And I just don't believe that's why we're here. I believe we're here to develop mental, emotional, and spiritual fortitude so that we can handle anything that comes down the pike. And so, again, when I say Earth Catastrophe Countdown, people like to think that if they know exactly what bad thing is going to happen, the sun is going to nova, either whether it's 12 years or 27 years or 2,000 years, if I know the details, then I'll be able to control it and everything will be okay. And that isn't the way life works, because, I could just be sitting here and a plane could fall on my head and take me out. So it isn't, in fact, while I'm not even paying attention because I am blinded by the sun, a little rattlesnake could creep up and bite my dog because I can't see right now because the sun is in my eyes. And they don't always rattle before they bite. So we live in a very unpredictable and unstable world. And what I have learned in my process of engaging with, emergency rooms, crisis, trauma, people dying, personal losses, everybody has bad things happen. So I think it's really important to say it's not about, oh, you're special, and no one is special. Everybody has bad things happen. The difference between people, and this is who I'm talking to, I'm talking to very few people. The difference is you want to use that experience to develop your mental and emotional and spiritual fortitude, not because you can prevent anything bad from ever happening to you, but you develop a higher level of mastery to be able to deal with whatever will happen to you, because a lot of times, things are personal to you or just horrific, and everybody else is having a good time. So, when I say Earth Catastrophe Countdown, I like that as sort of the ultimate difficult idea to manage because it's so complex, which is a little bit what we've been fleshing out here and over on the podcast, because we can't even imagine what that's like because it's not one country or one state or one region going down. That's everything going down at the same time. And that is incomprehensible to the human mind at this point in time. So you really can't be ready for that. You can only develop the skills to help you manage the most extreme. But again, this is the piece I hope you guys hear, is that those are the same skills that help you manage what's happening to you every single day. And the better you get at understanding how to manage your everyday life that is calm compared to the end of the world, the more powerful your quality of life will be from this point forward. And that doesn't mean perfect, and that doesn't mean without problems, and it doesn't mean a safe, secure, comfortable, isolated from and immune from the rest of the world, because I don't believe that's what the soul came here for. So when I say spiritual fortitude, that's really the ability to trust that you're not getting picked on by God, or God isn't ignoring you, that you're here to learn something. Everybody has something different to learn, but the best way to engage with this world is to develop more and more strength and resilience coupled with love. That makes your life experience extremely powerful. And here's the last piece of that. You can't explain it to anybody. So all the people who are like haters, if you can't understand something and nobody can explain it to you, then when we don't understand, we attack, we kill, we destroy, and we pervert. And so that's why you see this huge split. So, you can look and see how people react to ideas and information. It's their lack of understanding that makes them attack what they don't understand, or kill, or destroy. And what I'm asking you to do on these videos and with everything that I'm creating is to answer that call within yourself that says, I don't understand everything that's going on, but I'm going to be part of that as an experience, and I want to be as prepared as I can for the experience so that I can get the most growth and understanding of it. And we do that with mental, emotional, and spiritual fortitude. So we're going to take a deep breath. Me and Freedom, this is our only non-windy day, so I have this list of like 6,000 things I want to run around and do, and I probably won't get to any because it's so beautiful. But either way, we'll take a deep breath. You'll see the links below, and with that, for those of you who want to hear a little bit more about these ideas, we'll do that at the podcast over at the website. And with that, my friends, I will see you next time.